with South Florida's Black Professionals Network, so you're in good company. We're here to talk about the Black Business Loan Program, which is being administered by the Community Fund of North Miami-Dade. And we've got about an hour to talk about this. So if you don't mind, we'll just get right into it, ladies.
Absolutely.
Or unless you want to say something before I get started.
We're ready.
You're ready? Okay. Well, first thing is, God knows we're in the midst of a whole new world here. People are having to reinvent themselves. We're not able to rely upon careers like we were able to in the past. So a lot of us are pivoting and looking to not only go into business, but a lot of folks in my network have also been in business, for any number of years. So what we want to know about this loan program is what are some ways to become a growing and profitable small business in this current economy? Ladies, any one of you can start first.
I'll start off. So I think that it's important for any business owner to know that the way of doing business, while trends may change over time, business principles really stay the same. And some of the main characteristics that make businesses successful, during a regular booming economy cycle are some of the same things that can keep a business sustainable and healthy right now. I think three of the main things that a business should be looking to do in order to be healthy and profitable right now is to stay adaptable, stay visible, and make sensible decisions when it comes to their business. So obviously there's a whole lot when it comes to being adaptable. During the middle of a pandemic, we faced all kinds of scenarios and situations that have been the word of the year, I think, for 2020 was unprecedented, right? So lots of unprecedented situations. And if a business wasn't willing to change what they were doing, I think they were automatically at a disadvantage. So, just being willing to pivot, adapt, evolve, and to introduce new solutions. We saw lots of businesses that were innovating. We saw, I heard about a bakery that couldn't let anyone in. And so they had to find ways to get creative and get in front of more folks. And so they started packaging ingredients for their cookies and things and selling them to parents that were looking for things to do at home with their young kids. So now they get to bake those cookies together. And so they created a whole different service, but they're still providing the product that they're known for. So I think it takes, some of that innovation. When it comes to being visible also, social media, email, all of the streaming video opportunities that we have. I think now more than ever, when we're limited in face-to-face interaction, it's important for businesses to find ways to stay in front of their customers. And I think that means staying in front of their existing customers and finding ways to reach new audiences, right? So we're seeing lots of potentials for new partnerships and ways to create different virtual events with other types of businesses that are targeting a similar market. So, but those are good practices, even when there's, like I said, a healthy economy. So some of those same tips can be applied now.
Great tips. Wow, that's comprehensive.
I think Joanne could add to that.
Okay, there's more.
There's more.
Okay.
For me, I definitely would say education, learning what's out there, what's going on. We've seen so much information and programs that have come down the pipe from the federal level to the local level. So making sure to connect with organizations that can provide you with that information, I really believe is crucial. Whether or not it's an organization like yours with the South Florida Professionals Network, it's the Chambers of Commerce, it's your local municipality, your county government, state of Florida, making sure that you have all the resources to really know what's going on. That's extremely important. being creative, going back as far as Elizabeth said, there's so many opportunities, and we've seen some industries that have really thrived and grown as well. So, whether or not that whether it's looking into a new product or looking into a new revenue stream, there is a way for you to be able to adapt and see what is best for you and your business. And then the third thing I would also say is look for any opportunity you can. Everything from private organizations are providing grants, especially not only did we have the pandemic, we also had the Black Lives Matter movement. And so there were so many opportunities for diversity and inclusivity that really bought not only dollars and resources and technical assistance. And so I encourage every business owner to take advantage of everything they can, especially if it's free. That's the best that you can do.
Absolutely.
Wow. Should have told everyone to get their pens and papers ready. These are just great ideas. Yeah. I've had to latch onto a couple of them myself, during this pandemic. So a lot of folks are afraid of going after funding for some of these new opportunities. So what are some of the common myths that stop people from going after this funding that's out there?
I'll start. I think one that I've heard even recently as this week, is this fear of debt in general. There's this misconception that all debt is bad and should be avoided at all costs.
Good.
And it's just not the truth. I think that what we should encourage our business owners to remember is that not all loans are created equal. Not all lenders are created equal either. So, what and the terms that you get on a loan can be, so varied. So it's really important to research what kind of loan product you're going after, and the right loan product at the right time for the right business can be exactly what's needed to fuel a business to grow and succeed at the next level. I think that's what folks need to know. And likewise, taking on a bad loan or taking on what might even be considered a good loan at the wrong moment is also a bad idea and can be bad for the business. But that doesn't mean, even if you've had a bad experience with debt, it does not mean that loans in general are bad.
Wow, yeah, that's news to me. Loan's another four-letter word in a lot of people's vocabulary.
Right, exactly.
And debt's right up there with it.
Yep.
Joanne?
I think that people are hesitant to take loans for a variety of reasons. And like Elizabeth said, it's important for you to know whether or not it's the right loan for you. When I speak to a client now, one of the first questions I ask is, did you get the EIDL? Did you get the PPP? Because of course, those relief funding loans are the best terms that are out there between the interest rates and the terms of repayment. So we definitely want to encourage the business owners to make the right options for them. But when it comes to applying for a typical business loan, I think the biggest thing that holds people back usually is their credit. They have a fear that due to mistakes that have happened in the past, that they're not going to be able to qualify for a loan. At the community fund, we don't have a minimum credit score. We do prefer 550 and over, which is considered low.
Really?
What's more important to us is that we would like to see that, you've made, let's say, at 6 months payments on your current debt on time. And the reason why is that we just want to make sure that you're in that right situation to take on additional debt. So we are flexible with that. I think another reason why business owners are hesitant is because they believe that the process is tedious. Oh, they're going to ask for all this documents and all this paperwork.
Lord have mercy. You're right about that.
And
Gotta be
so,
English major.
yes, yes. And so, they find the process to be a lot. But the reality is that if you're operating your business in the proper way, you should have those access to those documents. And it's important for us to work with you. If you don't have them, let's make sure that you do. And so I have businesses that, since they've been going through so many other loan products, they have all of their paperwork together and kind of can just send over that package. But if you're a business owner and you're not in that situation, because especially, for our micro businesses, they're everything from the accountant to the janitor to the salesperson, like they are wearing all the hats. And so hopefully with the pandemic, they had an opportunity to maybe really be able to step back and put that structure in place in order for them to be able to have those financial statements, tax return, licensing, all the requirements that are needed for an application. And then I think it's a misconception that the lenders don't really want to give out funding, that, we're so hard on the applicants and that we really don't want to provide funding. And that's completely the opposite. We want to get those dollars out on the streets to the businesses. We just want it to be a positive process for both the business owner and us. So we want the business to be in the right place at the right time. And so we're going to work with you to make sure we can get you there in order for us to be able to do a loan for you.
Wow. Okay. Work with you.
Can I just add something to that?
Sure.
I think that what Joanne said is just so important. But what we have to remember is that the lender matters. And the Community Fund of North Miami-Dade is a certified CDFI, and we are mission-based. It means that the whole reason that our organization exists is to be able to support and uplift and pump resources into traditionally underserved communities. We are here specifically for our Black and Brown business owners in the Miami-Dade County. And we've actually recently expanded our service area to include Broward County and Palm Beach County as well. So it's really important for business owners to know that, yet they may have gone into, a national bank somewhere and talked with, a loan officer and had a bad experience and gotten completely shut down, or they might have gotten stonewalled, or they might not have even gotten helpful feedback to know why they were turned down for a loan. So we want all of our business owners and everyone in the Tri-County area to know that we are literally here to help. It is part of our mission. So it will be a different experience than going to traditional lenders.
Wow, sweet. It's almost like, you'd be foolish not to look into this.
Absolutely.
But let me say this as someone who did have to, or did go through the process of certifying his business with the state. The paperwork is daunting, and I didn't have any support. I know there's some out there. I understand that you guys have some support resources. So maybe you can talk about the steps that someone that's interested in taking out this loan would take to make sure that their business is business loan ready.
So I think it's important that businesses, one, take a step back and kind of think about why they're taking out this loan. If it's because you're not able to cover your expenses, whether this is the right step, right? And so it's important to kind of step back. So we would encourage business owners, of course, to see what other ways are you able to maybe to ease your cash flow other than taking on additional debt at this time. But in addition to that, you want to make sure that you have a strategic plan for those dollars, right? You don't want to take out money and either just put in the bank where it's not making as much interest that you're actually paying on those dollars. You want to make sure that you have a plan that strategically is going to grow your business, whether or not it's a new opportunity, if it's a new contract, is it investing in equipment? You want to make sure that you're going to make those dollars work for you. Best case scenario is that, we're giving you a term of 2 or 3 years, and you come back in a year and say, hey, Joanne, I have your money, I can pay back that loan. So because you made those dollars work for you. And so I think that it's important to, you want to get your paperwork in order. It's okay if maybe the business is not where it should be, but you need to take the steps to make sure you can get it where it needs to be. And if you apply with us, we want to go through that process with you and encourage you and provide you with the resources. We provide a lot of technical assistance at the Community Fund, everything from workshops, from financial management and marketing. We do some one-on-one counseling. We have a very extensive technical assistance program. And because we want our businesses to win, we are even launching a technical assistance program where not only do you need that education to be able to get your financial records in order, you may have to hire a bookkeeper, you may have to hire an accountant to go through your finances. We want to be able to help you to pay for those type of services. So I always say, if there's a business owner who's willing to put in the time and the effort, so are we. We want to be able to make businesses successful. So even if you're not at the right position, if you have that right mindset that, I know I'm not at the place, but I see my future, right? It's just like losing weight. You're not gonna lose weight from one day to another. It may take you a few months, but you can get there, right? With diet and exercise. It's the same thing. We want to put you on that right path.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, we're moving on then. I think you're gonna hold off on this one, Elizabeth.
Listen, Joanne is our underwriter at the Community Fund. So she is the one that is the expert on working with businesses through the loan process. So when it comes to making loan applications, getting businesses, helping them get their P's and Q's in order, I defer to Joanne.
All right. Yeah, that's always a great resource. Anybody that knows, how to get you through the process is invaluable. So with that, let me ask my next question, which is, if your business is not yet business loan ready, what other services do the Community Fund of North Miami-Dade offer?
Well, so as Joanne said, we've got lots of technical assistance, and that can look like many things. So we have regular events. Right now, because of COVID, all of our events are virtual, held online. So they're free to access. You can go to our Facebook page. You can find us on LinkedIn to find the information and to register for them. You can visit our website as well. We've got 3 or 4 actually events coming up throughout the rest of this month. We've been focusing our events this month on women because it is Women's History Month. So we've got lots of fun things planned. And we're also talking about the Black Business Loan Program in most of these events. But our events that are, open to everyone are a great way to get your feet wet and learn about the type of services and loan products that we offer. And sometimes these workshops are topic specific, so you can get some insight on specific industries or specific types of areas that businesses need to improve in, such as marketing or financial management. So actually on March 18th, we've got a great program about the Black Business Loan Program centering women in business, and it is at 5:30 p.m. And that one is going to be lots of fun. We've got a great panel of women who will be speaking. And so that's the first one that's coming up.
Are men invited?
Men are absolutely invited. Okay. And here's why. It's because the community is so connected. And every man in South Florida is connected to women who might also need this information. And even if you're not currently connected to women, you've been affected by businesses that are owned by women. And so it's important that we all understand how the system works and that we all get exposed to these resources. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Joanne, maybe you can, well, if you have nothing to add, go ahead.
No, I think Elizabeth did a great job.
You guys are a great tag team.
Yes. I mean, definitely, we are here for small businesses. If you don't know, you have to contact us, the Community Fund of North Miami-Dade. I think it's amazing that we've been able to have this opportunity to be certified by the state to have the Black Business Loan Program. But what's great is that, you know, that was already the mission of the organization. And so we've already been providing loans to minorities and Black owned and women owned businesses. And so what this funding provided us with was the capacity to even help more businesses. So and with that, since I've been with the organization, it's gone from 10 zip codes to all of Miami-Dade County, and now we're serving Broward and Palm Beach as well. So, you know, we're really making the effort to serve as many businesses as we can.
Wow. All right, well, let me wrap it up with my last question, which is, you know, how do we apply? How do folks apply for this Black Business Loan Program?
So we'll make it real easy for you. You can go to blackbusinessloanprogram.com, and that will get you right to our website. And you'll have all the information about our services, our technical assistance. You'll find the links to all of our social media pages, information about our upcoming events so that you can register. That'll get you there. blackbusinessloanprogram.com.
Sweet.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I think I took a look at it, and you know, everything is big and bold. So
that's right.
There's no misunderstanding. I think there's a form as well to fill out for some preliminaries, and then you guys kind of take it from there.
Yeah, that's actually a really important part of the process. So, so if a business contacts us personally, they go to our website and they ask for more information, they fill out this preliminary form. It just helps us understand the basics of your business. But a very important part of our process is actually having one of our team members sit down one-on-one, of course, virtually right now, but sit down one-on-one and do an in-depth assessment so that we get a feel for what the business needs actually are. And so that we can make recommendations for the process and the steps that the business should follow in order to be loan ready. And also to help determine whether or not a loan is actually what the business needs. As Joanne said earlier, you know, sometimes taking on that debt isn't the best decision at that moment. When maybe you just need to cut costs in a different area, or maybe you just need to work on your cash flow. So again, our goal is not to just sell loans to any business that walks into our door, right? We're here to serve and here to make sure that our businesses have the resources that they need to be successful for the long term.
Okay. If you don't mind, can I zero in on the idea of startups? I think a lot of folks who are trying to pivot during this pandemic are thinking about leaving corporate and maybe franchising a business or doing something on their own that they've been doing for 20, 30 years for someone else. Startups, is that someone that should be interested in this program?
So we definitely do startup applications. We do ask for proof of concept, whether it's a home-based business that you've been doing and now you want to move into a brick and mortar location, whether or not it's a business that you've been able to establish and get on its feet, but then you just need some working capital to get you through those first couple of months. Yes, you can. It's extremely important, though, that as a startup that you have a very solid business plan that has both an operational plan, a marketing plan, a strategic plan, so that we can really understand, and also financial projections. So it's really important that a business owner does the research, whether it's looking at competition in the area, doing your market research, and making sure that you have that knowledge and that foundation in order to be successful. So yes, we will do startup loans. We will not fund the project 100%. So you have to have faith in yourself as well and put your money into that project. And so we would like to see in owners of investment, I would say, standard around 20% at least when they're coming. Yeah, when they're coming there. But yes, we do startup loans as well.
Great. Wow. Well, let me tell my folks in my network that I think they'd be foolish not to give you guys, a holler and, at least try and see what might happen. So, shoot, with that, I'm going to wrap it up, ladies. I'm going to thank you both for, for this great opportunity to, spread this great news to my network. I'm really hoping that they are woke, in a business and an economic sense, in addition to a cultural sense. So again, thank you, Dr. Scott, Dr. Nicole Garner Scott and the Garner Circle for this opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you, OLCDC. Thank you, CFNMD.
You
This
got
is
it.
SFBPN signing out.